Hey everybody, welcome back and thank you for checking out Good News in Gaming. If you've watched any previous episodes, we film these just because there's so much depressing and down news right now. I seek out some good news and we just talk about what's funny, what's positive, what's good, just to get a little bit of different vibes. Not too many people watch it, but I've got messages that people, really do get picked up by watching it. So we're going to go ahead and get into episode 4 right after this. All right, so we're back with episode 4. I found a little bit of time to pull up some links. Not quite as long as last week, but I felt last week ran a little bit long. So we're going to go with a little bit of a shorter list. But at the same time, I think any news that's good is worth going over, right? So first of all, I want to start with a friend of mine. Her name is Anna, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name because I'm sure I'll mess that up. She works in PR and esports for many teams and different organizations, and I saw this on her Twitter today, and it made me smile. So we're going to check it out. It's a little bit of good news. She bought her family's childhood home. You can see my face when I've just purchased the house I was born and raised in. So incredibly happy and grateful to keep my family home in the family. So I don't know. It made me smile. I think it's great news. You can see her handle up here. It's a lot. Her last name is definitely maybe difficult for some of us Americans to pronounce. But Anna's very cool. She does a great job working in PR and stuff and esports. And I think that's really good news to see a community member that can purchase the home they were born and raised in. Very good stuff. Hat tip to Anna. Very good job. Let's keep moving. Number 2 should be a surprise to nobody. Halo Infinite is approaching. If you watch my stream on Twitch TV, which is also Jason BW Lake, if you want to check that out, I've been playing with my son Halo 3 since it came to PC. We've been making our way through the campaign. I raised my son on Halo, and it has a special place in our heart. And so the signal detected tag designation foe kind of came out. And as I'm filming this, it's actually July 22nd, 2020. I believe tomorrow on the 23rd, Xbox, Microsoft has a big like E3 type of online reveal where they're going to talk more about this game. But I'm stoked, and I think it's good news. Let's check out part of this teaser.
The hour approaches. Forces occupy the ring. Within hours, it will be under our control. Humanity will burn. Their brazen defiance will be all but a memory. No more prophets. No more lies. We stand together, brothers to the end. We are his will. We are his legacy. We are the banished.
The Banished. Halo Master Chief is going to kick your ass, right? But yeah, I think that's great news. Everyone in gaming, I think, should be excited about Halo Infinite, and I think they're dropping more news on it tomorrow. So by the time you watch this video, you might already know what that is. But that's good news. I'm excited for that. Number 3, Memory Express Gaming against COVID. Saw this. More of a charitable endeavor. So this is Memory Express. Not sponsored by them or anything. I thought this was cool. Congratulations to Altheum Gaming for winning first place. And they held Vlorent versus COVID to support healthcare charity event, tournament. The fundraising target was 3,000 Canadian. They got in 2343 Canadian. Yeah, so I think that's very cool. Congrats to the top 3 finalists. Hat tip to Memory Express and everyone involved out there using gaming to raise money to fight this nasty COVID situation we're very in. So good news in gaming. Salutes you. Very, very good stuff. See, there's good news out there. It's amazing to me now that I've actually intentionally started looking for this, how many different charity events there are using video games. And I think it's fantastic, from the smaller ones to the multi-million-dollar ones. I think it's good news, and as gamers, we should all be proud. Number 4 is a group from Germany who are good friends of mine. And normally I won't post a lot of this when teams enter different games or whatever. A lot of different teams have entered Valorant. But this one hits home to my heart because GodB has retired from working in CounterStrike and has transitioned to the head of his new Valorant division for Berlin International Gaming. A lot of you know Big is they're currently, I believe, still rated number 1 in Counter-Strike over the player break. GodB is a legend. He was in Counter-Strike for ages, and it put a huge smile on my face when I saw my friend was leading their organization into this new game. I couldn't think of a better person surrounding that organization to do this, and huge applause, hat tip, and good luck to everyone at Big and my friend GodB. I'm sure they're gonna have a great team and do big things in the future. So that's great news, and huge hat tip to my friend GodB. Really nice guy. I haven't seen him since Cologne, Germany, about a year ago, but I miss him, and I hope to see him again soon. Let's keep going. More good news in gaming. Number 5, playing video games doesn't lead to violent behavior. Duh. We all know that. But it makes me happy when studies come out to combat this narrative that some of the, I guess you could say, more liberal media, I guess sometimes it's conservative media, gaming is bad. Gaming and shooting these digital guns all day makes kids violent, and oh no, boo-hoo, To me, if you live a well-rounded life, playing video games leads to violence is an absolutely ridiculous conclusion. So I like when these things come out, and I think it's good news for gaming. Playing video games doesn't lead to violent behavior. This is from The Guardian. Analysis of 28 global studies dating back to 2008 found a minuscule positive correlation. Basically nothing. So I thought that was good news for gaming, and more of these studies that come out that say our beloved hobby and our beloved activity doesn't have all the negative, attachments that people think that it might. And my puppies are wrestling behind me because I forgot to lock the door to my office, but they're families. So anyway, I thought that was good news, and we will keep it on here. Rogue Company has been some of in the news the last couple of days. And if you watched the show before, I like to feature new games because I think new games are good news for our industry. Just fresh, breath of fresh air. I shouldn't record this after working all day. And I think Rogue Company looks pretty cool. I have not played it yet, but let's check it out. This is the launch trailer from July 20, 2020.
No, you can't use the bathroom, and no, we don't have Wi-Fi.
We hear you carry only finest merchandise.
Welcome to ESAP, home to the world's most exclusive collection of top-tiered munitions. So, how can I help you?
I'm looking to make a statement.
Mission accomplished. Oh, but you're here to accessorize. The P12K works with any ensemble.
That's like the mom jeans of guns.
Ah!
Statement, remember?
Right, something more street style then. The Arbiter is in season.
Kinda limiting.
Perhaps something from our high volume line.
Whose voice is that?
Fully customizable Mamba
Holy
AC side
smokes.
folding polymer stock, pre-floated mil-spec barrel, advanced dual beam laser sight, the perfect tactical weapon.
Too many plastic parts.
Clashes with chicken.
Anyway, we won't play the whole trailer, but you get the idea. Rogue Company is out, and a lot of people are playing it and have beta keys. So go ahead and check that out. I think that's good news whenever we get a good new game, you know, especially now that many of us are kind of quarantined and looking for new things to do. Number 7, Rocket League goes free to play. I think this is a smart move. I think they should have done this a while ago, personally, in my opinion. But it's great news. Whenever a game is awesome and as great as Rocket League can be made available to more and more people that might not necessarily have the money to buy the game or are hesitant to buy the game, you're going to get a lot more players, you're going to get a lot more fans, you're going to get a lot more interest. And this is actually on USA Today if you check out the website up here. So, or you can't see that, sorry, I cropped that. But this is USA Today. You can see it right here. Popular sports video game Rocket League will be free to play starting this summer. How cool! The hit sports game Rocket League will soon be free to play. Developers Psyonix Game confirmed Tuesday its game, which combines soccer, will be no charge starting this summer. So I think that's good news. Hats off to Psyonix and Epic Games for making this game a free to play. And I think it's going to be very cool to see, you know, how the scene develops moving forward. We're going to keep on with good news in gaming. Sea of Thieves. Who's played Sea of Thieves out there? I love watching Summit 1G play this game and all the crazy stuff he gets into and stealing, what are the Athenas or whatever. Lots of good laughs. My son played this quite a bit. He's pretty good. I tried to play with him, but I was so bad he got frustrated and refused to play with me anymore. Sea of Thieves hits an impressive new player milestone. The Pirate 'em Up Sea of Thieves has hit 15 million Buccaneers on PC and Xbox One since its launch in 2018. So I think that's incredibly good news. Try to get my dogs quiet by throwing a book over their direction. I think that's incredibly good news. And, you know, hats off to Sea of Thieves. I think it kind of started, well, it even says that the launch wasn't the smoothest back in March 2018. But since it's managed to lure in many players with its high seas hijinks. According to a recent blog post, the pirating adventure has notched 15 million players. I think that's an accomplishment. It is a fun game. If you haven't tried it out, definitely would recommend it. And I think it's good news when some of these games, these developers are, you know, investing a lot of money and time into. You know, I think it's a positive thing when we get these games to 15 million, 20 million, 30 million players. So, hat tip to everybody involved in Sea of Thieves. That's good news. Good news for gaming. Go on to number 9. Herman Miller in Logitech gaming chair. Now, anyone that knows me, follows my Twitter at JasonBWLake, or reads any of my interviews knows what I think of traditional gaming chairs. Traditional gaming chairs are really like race car chairs that they decided to slap on some wheels and call gamer chairs. And an absolute stunt of marketing to fool an entire generation of willing gamers into thinking this was a good chair to sit around gaming in all day. The chairs kind of bow out and they're meant to keep you in your seat as you go around racetracks at high rates of speeds. But, you know, these clever companies have tricked gamers into thinking this is a good option. Or if you study ergonomics or read anything from doctors or people that study this sort of thing, they will tell you these games are not healthy. And when you wonder why your back hurts and you're uncomfortable and you're getting bad posture and other things, first look at your chair. Anyway, rant over. Herman Miller and Logitech have been partnered for a while. But now they have come out with their first gaming chair.
Innovation. It's that moment where science leads to performance. We've joined forces to redefine the gaming chair. encouraging balanced movement, designed to support your body's mechanics, fully customizable to your spine's alignment, creating dynamic support, and cooling your body, positioning you to perform. Play advanced.
Ooh, pretty cool, huh? Now, in full disclosure, I'm CEO for Complexity, and the chair I am sitting on is the Herman Miller Embody chair. And this chair, and we are sponsored by Herman Miller, just so I'm full disclosure. But I can vouch after hundreds and hundreds of hours of sitting in Herman Miller chairs of different varieties. They make the best chairs there are. Now, the price point for this one, I believe, is $1,500. So it is an expensive chair. Like, if you want to get a Porsche or you want to get a Tesla, you're going to get a little bit different product than if you spend a little less. I think the important thing for me is not everyone needs to spend $1,500 on a chair, although I think you should analyze how many hours you spend in your chair, the importance of your health and your well-being before making that decision, kind of like a mattress on your bed. But there are more affordable options in the marketplace if that's a little outside your budget, but you want to have a healthy a healthy lifestyle, a healthy experience while you're gaming. So Herman Miller is kind of like the cream of the crop, the top of the hill. But there are other options, and I am becoming a bit of an advocate, a bit of a proponent, against this gamer chair nonsense. These racer chairs are not gamer chairs. They're not healthy. Anyone that tells you differently is simply lying. At least I'm honest enough to come out and say, hey, maybe you can't afford a Herman Miller, but there are healthier, affordable options. But anybody trying to push the racing gamer chairs, that's not the way to go. In my opinion, my show, my opinion. It's good news that Herman Miller is working in gaming. It's good news that Logitech has partnered with them for this gaming chair with the cooling and everything else. And even if you can't afford this model, they might come out with other models in the future. This at least raises awareness about this issue in gaming, with millions of gamers sitting around for millions of hours while we participate in our favorite hobby, oftentimes in unhealthy chairs. So I consider this good news. Hat tip to Herman Miller and Logitech for this one. Moving on, number 10, Xbox Summer Game Fest. Now, we mentioned this a little bit in the last episode, but I think it's pretty cool. And I found this on The Verge and wanted to bring it up again. It was just yesterday this article came out. Xbox's Summer Game Fest event has 70 demos of new games you can try now, including a game about skateboarding birds. I don't know about that. But anyway, 70 demos of new games. Pretty cool. More than 70 demos of unreleased Xbox One games are now available to play as part of Microsoft's Summer Game Fest demo event. I need some water. You'll be able to check them out until July 27th. You can see a full list of demos available right here. 2 games that catch my eye are Destroy All Humans, a remake of the Alien Invasion game from 2005, and Skatebird. Why do I feel like Skatebird would be hilariously addictive and you could sit around with your friends for hours just trying to make this bird fly around the track? Anyway, I thought that was good news. I don't endorse Xbox or PlayStation. I try to give them equal coverage whenever I do things. But this Game Fest with 70 demos seems like a cool way and a good news way to maybe pass some time this summer. Next is number 11. U.S. video game spending hits a 10-year high. Some people would probably argue this is bad, but it's the good news in gaming show, so we think it's good news. Video game spending hits a 10-year high in June, the best since 2010. We all know why, because we're in quarantine during this difficult pandemic. But hey, what can you do? You got to look for the bright spots in this messy time. Video game spending in the U.S. reached its highest point in 2010, with sales through June reaching $6.6 billion on hardware, software, and accessories. It's the highest total for the first 6 months of the year since spending hit $7 billion a decade ago. We just about tied the 10-year-old record. So, for gaming and the people that work in gaming and people of us that love gaming, I think this is good news. There's good news out there. You don't have to Google too far to find a whole bunch of bad news and a lot of the really challenging and difficult and important issues that we've been dealing with as a gaming community. But I think it's important we also look for the good as well. Hey, and that's why we do this show, right? Let's see what's next. Number 12, Samurai Jack game launches. Come on. How can you even see the name Samurai Jack and not smile? Come on. Tell me you saw this back in the day on TV. Samurai Jack Battle Through Time launches August 21st, which is my birthday, by the way. I'm going to have to get this game just because. Let's check out a little Samurai Jack. My kids always watch this.
Where have you brought me, Aku?
Aku!
Surely think you can escape? You will not stop me, Aku.
For Samurai Jack! Samurai Jack is in the house!
Do be careful, little boy.
Let's dance!
Samurai Jack, how cool, huh? Anyway, I'm sure a lot of you have seen Samurai Jack. It made me smile. I think it's good news. And that drops August 21. Very cool. Number 13, an Indian streamer raises 15,000 American dollars for flood relief over in India. And this was given to me in my Discord, which you can visit and hang out with us. AsamiBharara, sorry if I'm saying the names wrong, need us. This is a charity stream to show your support. So they did, this was a couple days ago, the 19th of July, and they did gaming charity relief. You could see in the background of the picture the devastating flooding that's going on. So gamers stepped up and held a live stream for 5 hours and raised $15,000 to help those from the flooding. I think it's fantastic. This is exactly the sort of thing we should all want to see out of the gaming community. Hat tip to these gentlemen. Very well done. Moving on to number 14. Everyone in gaming has talked about this one a little bit. Star Wars Squadron is coming in October. I know we have some Star Wars fans in the comments. Let me hear it. I grew up on this stuff. I guess it's been out so long, we all have, right?
But the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron. Let's make history.
I would have cut off my pinkies to have this game when I was a kid.
Finish those Vanguard scum.
To actually fly one, you know.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Earn your wings in a single-player story spanning 2 factions.
All stations, fire on that ship!
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5.
Come on, show. There we go.
To play the entire game in VR. This is the definitive Star Wars pilot experience.
Come on, come on!
That is cool.
You'll begin your career in a
Dun,
single-player story.
Welcome to Titan Squadron.
Where you'll play as
Anyway, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but Star Wars Squadrons is coming, and I'm very excited. Look at this. Looks like the inside of a TIE fighter right there. Pretty cool. I think that is good news, and I'm excited to see that. Number 15, a high school teacher raises funds for student lunches. I love to see this. We all have our spots where things just kind of get to us. And the thought of young kids going to school and not being able to afford lunches really drives me crazy. And then the thought of everyone being home in quarantine and not being able to get the school-assisted lunches drives me crazier. All these poor kids hungry in the middle of the day breaks my heart. So I really like this one. This is a Papillon La Vista teacher tackling student lunch debt with gaming channel fundraiser. The high school German teacher raised more than $12,000 through Twitch. Omaha, Nebraska. Zachary McCarter, hat tip, has spent the summer playing video games. As a teacher, I want to keep these things family friendly here because sometimes my students find me. But he's not teaching German. He's a Twitch streamer. And he says what Twitch is. So far, his supporters have not disappointed. He's sitting at $12,660. This is for his charity fund. I should at least try to give back to people who definitely need it more than myself. It's called All Kids Deserve to Eat. His goal is to tackle student lunch debt. Fantastic. I would always just not eat lunch because I knew I didn't have any money in my account. I didn't want to go into debt, he said. And so it's like some students may feel that way. He initially set his fundraising goal at just $2,500, and he's almost at $13,000. Every school in the United States who accrue lunch debt is about an average $2,500. So really great job up in Omaha, Nebraska, and this teacher who's using Twitch and his love of gaming and his love of streaming to raise money for a very, very cool cause. Love to see that. We're on to number 16. I try to find a birthday, and I'm sure I missed lots of them. But this week was Chris Duarte's birthday. He's played for me a couple times, and Chris is just a wonderful person with a heart of gold. He goes by the gamer tag Parasite. He is an 8-time champion Call of Duty player, an absolute legend. He's bounced around in Tier 2 a lot recently. But I really believe he's a much better player than that. But his birthday was the other day, July 21. Yesterday, I lose track of my days. Does anyone else feel like the day is just Groundhog Day, where every day is kind of the same this year? Anyway, back on track. Love Chris. Happy birthday. I messaged him yesterday, and I hope he had a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Number 17. Gotta pat myself on the shoulder a little bit with some help from my friend Dopey. In our stream, we had a moment last night. I was playing a little Vlorent, and it makes me laugh every time, so I put it on my own show. Maybe a little cringe, but that's okay. The tweet did pretty well. 2,000 likes, 53,000 views, so I'll let you decide for yourself. Get ready, get ready. Yeah, big time, big time.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Out of
Oh, shit! I tried so hard not to cuss, and I didn't. But it's made a lot of people smile today. It has made some people rage that you can actually pull this off. But hey, it's a beta game. This is good news in gaming. That might be the best gaming news I'm going to get in a very long time. So, yes, I did put it in my own good news show. Number 18, Mobilelytics raises $11.25 million. We like to show raises from time to time. Investment into our community, investment into gaming and esports is generally a good thing. I've spoken on record before where I think there's been some foolish investment and we might be in a bit of a bubble that needs to correct. But I do believe it's good that there's still investment funding flowing. There's good projects out there that deserve capital. And I don't know much about Mobilelytics. But hey, Mobilelytics receives further $11.25 million investment. California-based esports analytics startup Mobilelytics, $11.25 million for its platform, which advises players of League of Legends and Valorant. Over 7 million players that use the platform to receive advice and information on gameplay in real time. So anyway, I think that's very good news. Congratulations to them, and I wish them the best of luck with their venture. And, there's been other raises and things I saw this week. I snagged this one. I thought it looked like a nice investment. I think that's good news and healthy news for gaming. We're on to number 19, and this one is special to me. Craig Levine, the founder of Team 3D, the absolute legendary team and legendary person. It was announced 2 days ago that he's been appointed as co-CEO of ESL. Craig is a friend of mine, and we used to compete with each other years and years ago, 14, 15 years ago, and we used to be staunch, adversaries and always gunning for each other's jugular. And then, as he went different directions in his career with ESEA and ESL, we became very, very dear friends. And there's few people in the business I respect more than Craig. I was very happy to see this. I was definitely smiling all day long. Tournament organizer ESL has appointed Craig Levine as its co-CEO, promoting him from his previous role as Chief Strategy Officer. He replaces David, co-CEO, alongside Ralph Reichert. Ralph's over in Cologne, Germany. And prior to serving as ESL CSO, he was CEO of the North American unit, and his experience spans back to 2002 when he founded the then leading organization, Team 3D. Now, when I founded Complexity, my number one goal in life was to dethrone Team 3D. And I was going to do whatever the hell it took to go after 3D and create another American powerhouse organization. So it's funny when you look back on things, and it's a good example, I think. No matter how competitive you are, no matter how aggressive you are, no matter how hungry you are, no matter how passionate you are, no matter how bad you want it, try not to burn bridges on your journey. Because sometimes the people you're competing head to head and just smashing into, as life moves on, they become your friends and they can help you. They become part of your network. So even though sometimes you just want to strangle the opposition, metaphorically or whatever, try not to burn bridges. Try to be good to people, even people you're competing against, because you never know. They might end up being very, very good friends, and you can help each other down the line. Congratulations, Craig. Hat tip, round of applause from the Good News in Gaming show. You absolutely deserve it, my friend. We're on to number 20. There's a new esports facility in New Zealand. Let's check it out. I believe this is Guinevere, is how that's pronounced. Guinevere Capital. I've heard multiple things about them over the years. This is in ESI, Esports Insider. Guinevere Capital announces new esports facility at Eden Park. Sports and esports investment and advisory firm Guinevere has unveiled Eden Park Esports High Performance Center. Performance Center. Sounds familiar. A destination venue, content creation hub, and training facility. Very cool. Located in Auckland, Eden Park is New Zealand's largest sports stadium and a common, I'm assuming it means stomping ground, of the All Blacks, the country's national rugby union team. The Eden Park Esports facility is expected to open in Q3 2020. Very cool. More facilities, more growth, better training, better player lifestyles, better player care. This is Esports 3.0. It's something I've been preaching on for 2 or 3 years. I love to see it. It's good news. Good job, Guinevere Capital. And I hope sometime when I'm in New Zealand, I can see your facility. Well done. Number 21 is similar. A new esports arena in Toronto. If you follow the business side of esports, you have seen this group. It's Overactive Media, and, to play on their name, they are overactive, super active. They have spent a ton of money since they came in. Defiant and Ultra owners to build Esports Arena in Toronto. It's my buddy Jacob Wolf. We actually did a piece on his cat, Macchiato, I believe, in episode 1. Overactive Media will build a 7,000 to 10,000 seat Esports Arena at Exhibition Place in Toronto. Even during this economy, even during COVID, everything else, this is amazing news. This is just July 14th, about a week ago. According to a memo sent to Canadian government officials by company CEO Chris Overholt and obtained by ESPN. Okay, it's going to be adjacent to Overactive Media also owns Mad Lions, probably the Spanish esports franchise. Overactive Media has hired former Maple Leaf. I can't talk today. It's just one of those days. Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment Vice President Bob Hunter to coordinate with government officials on the venue. They also were the group, if you remember, that picked up Splice, and then they got new investment from the Kimmel family, and the organization agreed to buy into Overwatch. And they're also in League of Legends Europe. And they also have a Call of Duty spot. So you see what I'm saying? Like, they are overactive, man. They are going all in. Now they're building a 7,000 to 10,000 person stadium. So you know what? That is going all in, and I wish them the best of luck. Hat tip, Cool stuff, more stadiums, more action, more health, more growth. Good news in gaming and esports. Number 22, Riot looking to crack down on Valorant cheaters. Now, people might be like, why is a topic about cheating in the Good News of Gaming show? Because I hate cheaters. It drives me out of my skull when game developers take a lax approach to cheaters. People have invested in your game. Even if it's a free-to-play, they probably bought some skins. Keep it cheat-free. So I consider it very good news that Riot has made it extremely clear that they are going to aggressively pursue cheaters. Of course, there's always a new hack or a new way around and there's always going to be cheaters. But if the developer is actively involved in going after them, that's a huge leg up over other games, in my opinion. So this is kind of neat. They left a secret message for hackers in the anti-cheat. If you hack into their servers, you might find yourself presented with a strange opportunity. I think this is awesome. So let me see if I can find it. Protected by Pac-Man, a Riot Games product developed with heart, love, by the anti-cheat team. And then it goes on to say that they're looking to hire talented hackers and anti-cheat people. So they're doing what Tesla did. Tesla knows its cars are run so much on electronics, and even they're always connected to cell towers. It makes it very dangerous. I can go on my phone and call my wife's Tesla, and the damn thing will drive over to me, which is really cool. Like you're in a restaurant, you could turn on your air conditioner when it's hot out. So when you get to your car, it's really cool. But obviously, that kind of connectivity, that kind of car that is completely controlled by a CPU, a computer, presents a danger. So what Tesla does is they have contests, like $1 million if you can hack our kernel, $1 million if you can get in and take over this car, to prove that their security is good, but more importantly, to identify flaws. One of the best ways of overcoming the hack and cheat community is hire them. You find the holes in what we're trying to do, and we'll pay you for it. And you're going to have a better product. So seriously, hat tip to Riot. I love it. Go after the cheaters. Ban them all. And I think this is fantastic. And that's good news for people that want to have a nice, honest game, all the way up to the pros who don't want to be dealing with this. So bravo to Riot. I think that's good news in gaming. Number 23, another Riot story. And they have unveiled a new centralized League of Legends marketing campaign. And I think it's pretty cool because, here it is right here. And I think it's good news that they're looking to kind of unify their global platforms. They have, where's the numbers? I saw it in the article. Because you got League of Legends North America, Europe, Korea. There's so many different regions, and they're all kind of doing their own thing. We aspire to bring joy to billions of League esports fans around the world. It starts with building a thriving global esports ecosystem supported by electrifying competition, sustainable growth, cutting-edge technology, bold entertainment, and a focus on integrity for our teams and the sport. Said John Needham through his PR agency, or John is just really well spoken because it's a cool statement. From thrilling regional league competitions that captivate millions of fans across the globe to the iconic trophy-lifted worlds, it all now lives within LOL Esports. So they're combining all of this. They're bringing all of this together and making it kind of one global product, which I personally think, and so does Phoebe, is a really, really cool idea. So another hat tip to Riot. You're just on fire this week. Good gracious. You should sponsor this show at this point. Well done. Number 24. COVID has driven gaming engagement. We've talked about this before. And anything COVID relating, saying is good news is a little weird. But hey, I'm trying to look at things from a cup half full, right? And this is a good news in gaming show, as I said earlier. COVID-19 has driven engagement for an already thriving gaming industry. And this was 2 days ago, this article came out. So even though we kind of know this on this show, they're still talking about it. A few days after releasing new figures for the month of June, they're offering some broader trends for the gaming industry at large. It likely won't surprise you to hear the industry continues to thrive in 2020, and this nasty pandemic-driven stay-at-home orders have only further contributed to gaming adoption here in the United States. I think we touched on this a little bit on the previous episode. 3 out of 4 people in the U.S. play some video game. That's 244 million people, up by 32 million from 2018. 32 million new gamers in 2 years, given this whole quarantine, has really set that up. I think it's good news in gaming. It's a tough time for a lot of people, and we've talked about this on the show before. Gaming offers an escape. Gaming offers something to do, so you're not going crazy. Gamer offers networking and socialization with friends through the games and through the communication parts of the games. So I think it's good news in a challenging time. Number 25, the last one for today. And again, a little self-serving, a little cringe, showing my own Twitter twice on my own show. But this just put a smile on my face, and I hope it puts a smile on yours as well. 14 years ago today, our CounterStrike team won the Championship Gaming Invitational in San Francisco. There I am, the old red tie and white shirt, which was my trademark look for many years, holding the Mountain Dew trophy. That thing lit up. So it was this like sculpture of plastic, and then you turn this light on, and it was awesome. I still have this trophy, although the light no longer works. I could probably find someone to retrofit it, but that's okay. It was a very cool moment. I flew from Atlanta to San Francisco on like 1 or 2 hours of sleep, and I barely slept the whole time I was there, and we managed to defeat Team 3D, Craig Levine's team, as we mentioned earlier, for this title. What's crazy was, I think a week or 2 earlier, we had also won a championship in Dallas at the Intel Summer Championships, ISC 2006. So we won a couple titles in very short order, so that was a good time. Puts a smile on my face, and any Complexity fans watching this, I imagine there are a few. It's just good to look back, think of the positive, think of the good times, and reminisce. So I had to put that one in there. Sorry for putting my own Twitter on the show twice. A little cheesy. But we have a bonus. What could it be? A bonus leak on the Good News in Gaming show. Here you go. To end the show this week, an unexpected friendship. This is the little kitten. I guess there's no volume. You think it's going to pounce. Nope. They're going to be best buds. Sometimes you just got to find videos like this of beauty and joy. Look how much fun they're having. They're just having the time of their lives. That's your bonus clip for this week. I might be back next week. We'll see what the schedule looks like. But thank you so much for tuning in to Good News in Gaming. Episode 4. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter with any good news you see at JasonBW Lake. Thanks for watching.